all things considered, Ismark, hearing the clamour from downstairs, dashes downstairs, has a look at what's going on, and goes, "Minion of Strahd, die!" and tries to shoot him. And misses. But he tries.
My God.
It's now the vampire's turn. Huh. I just read something that's interesting. A second. Right, yeah, this is... Right, Right, it's kind of negated by that anyway, but... Right, just a second. Porky, heal up that 7 necrotic damage. Because technically you shouldn't have been able to take that. Because of how this works. You'll keep the piercing, I'll say, but... That's a mistake on my part, so you'll 7 and your max will go up by 7.
Okay.
Basically, reading this, and this is just me being open, apparently in order to bite someone, it has to be willing or be grappled. And you weren't grappled, so it couldn't bite
Fair
you.
enough.
So,
Cool. Okay.
And the 7 I healed, I guess, would also be...
well, you were grappled.
No, I'm saying the 7 I healed to Porky. But there'd be a max, basically.
Yeah, you'd be at max, basically, Porky, I'll say. Just for fairness. Right, so it will now, of course, go for you with its claws. But that missed. It will then go with its claws again.
Oh my God.
Doing 12 damage.
I'm gonna block it.
Okay, you block it. Okay, so it has been your turn, so that's a nat 1. So, I now need to roll on the crit table for it.
I imagine it goes to claw at me, the shield comes down, and like my screaming reverberates off it and it just sort of rears back.
Yeah, and basically, somehow, as the shield comes down, it somehow manages to get tangled between the shield and your attack and actually slips over, falling prone.
Woo! Accidents!
Woo!
Good move, Kate. Good mood.
Boy.
No, I don't like that one. What was a good prone symbol? I had one of these.
I just used the guy who's on the floor.
Yeah, I was looking for that one. That one will do. Right. So, Cade, it's your turn with advantage.
Awesome. So I'm gonna boop at Snoop. With advantage. Finally!
That's a hit.
Divine
And
Smite!
I'm guessing you're... Yep.
So
You
that's
just boot the Snoop
that
and smash the
damage.
Snoop.
and that
Break its nose.
level 1. That was 3, wasn't it? Yeah, so that is going to be 18 points damage, 13 in which is radiant.
Which means it will now not be able to... Yep. So, okay, anything else?
That is how Eos is just up, I assume.
Yeah.
Cure Wounds is not a bonus action. I don't think I can do anything.
No,
I'm only on
and
4 max. No, 6 max.
yeah, their max is 6. So they kind of...
Yeah,
Alright,
yeah, that's my
right.
turn, I think.
Skip over Hellweir because they're not there this turn. Raven.
I am gonna try and attempt with the short bow again.
Okay.
Porky, please duck this time.
Just go round her side.
24.
That's a solid hit.
Excellent. And then I will also add on my sneak attack.
Yep.
We're just gonna do something. There we go. Hey, max damage for sneak attack.
9. I'm just
Solid damage.
imagining Detan's damage, and it's just 9.
Right. You're prone, Eos, but so is it, so
Okay.
it's half your movement to get up, you know?
I'm not going to use my movement to get up. I'm going to crawl over to it, and I'm going to attempt to grapple it whilst on the floor.
Okay.
And I'm going to try and like roll over and like pin it to the floor so it can't get up as well, effectively.
Okay.
So I guess it needs to roll off. And
Right, so athletics from you and... Yes.
18. Yes!
Yep, so you've got it grappled and... I'll
Gonna
say...
Shove it to the floor again with my own shield and kind of like over the top of
Okay.
it.
Right, so... Porky, you have advantage. Still.
Let's see me fail both of these rolls. I have lost faith in myself. Okay.
Solid hit. Roll for damage.
At last,
7.
the true Porky has returned.
I don't know about that, but
Right, anything else?
no,
Right,
because I have no bonus action right now.
Elias.
Uh,
Remembering ranged attacks will be at disadvantage.
I'm gonna ban it.
Okay. She's a saving throw against Bane, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Wisdom.
Charisma.
Wisdom. Annie?
Yeah.
Okay, it doesn't have any resistances against that, so...
Fail.
Fail?
Fail. It's 15.
Okay.
To beat.
There you go. I'll have that as Bane. Its heart is broken. It's got so many effects on. Actually, thinking about this, Cade, you forgot to roll some damage.
Did I?
Yeah, it's Hunter's marked.
Ah, yeah. Oh, thank you for reminding me.
I'll be
Yeah,
nice
on my
because
notes.
I'll be nice because it's not something that I've seen you have before, so it's probably fairly newish to remember that.
Last week, in fact.
Yeah.
D6. Is it?
Yeah, if it wants to roll. There we go. 2!
Okay. It's not much, but 2 is 2. Right, now Ismar is unable to get close, really. But he'll try. 1, 2, 3. Fortunately, he can't quite get close enough, so we'll try an attack at disadvantage. Which isn't great because he's not very good with his crossbow. But he hits.
Ooh.
Yee.
Doing a nice 7 damage, which is now the vampire's turn. Now, technically, because you're grappling, you also count as restrained, right?
No. Neither of us are restrained.
Grappled is just movement is set to 0.
Oh,
I've
okay,
got
yeah.
him grappled. He can't move.
Yeah. But
And
he can at
I
least he can still attack you, I guess?
he will be a dis though, because he's technically prone.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. That's a miss.
Mm-hmm. Kind of got him round, like, with a shield, like, in front of
Yeah,
him.
that's also a miss.
The fate's
like-
just over the edge.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm laying
he's-
down. He's on top of me. I've got him in a headlock. Like,
Yeah. He's just trying to like lash out at you. He's not very smart. Cade.
excellent.
Awesome, and as he's prone, I've still got advantage.
Yep.
And as he's grappled, would I be able to put my shield on my back and attack?
Yeah, I'd allow you to, or you could drop your shield. Essentially.
Disequipping a shield doesn't cost anything, but
No.
equipping a shield does.
Yeah,
Oh,
so you can put your shield away, but you won't be able to get it out easily.
Gotcha. Yes, I'll two-hand it and just drop it down onto his back. 25.
Nice, solid hit.
Divine Smite! I
Hell
hate
yeah.
this thing already. So that's going to be 20 points of damage, 8 of which are
Radiant.
radiant.
Nice. Okay, and at this point, Hellweir arrives.
Oh, God.
Sort of, and basically, you arrive looking for your friends. The priest is like, they're down there!
That's good. We got this. We got it covered.
And you just sort of come down there and you see basically your friend essentially dogpiling in a corner.
Just stabbing.
Yep.
Far away are they?
Pardon?
How far away are they?
Well, you should be on the map now, hopefully.
Oh yeah. Oh, 5. Right. If it's 45, I'm just gonna go sort of there because I'm gonna dash to get there.
Yeah.
I'm going to then attempt to jump over Aos on the floor.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of like underneath, right? Like,
Yeah, they're kind of...
grappling each other on the floor.
Okay, so you've used dash.
I'm then gonna burn my action surge.
Okay.
So I'll move one closer then for that.
Yep.
And then I'm gonna
Swing with advantage.
attack.
Get out of the way.
Advantage. Really?
Welcome to
That's
That's a
our
miss.
This,
Can I move on my inspiration?
this basement is cursed.
You can use your inspiration, I'd say, to just re-roll once.
Yep. Okay, then I've got it set up. There we go. Oh,
It's a miss still.
can I bonus action to hit with it?
You can still bonus action with your offhand weapon, yeah?
And that's still at advantage, yeah?
Yeah, because it's prone.
Oh, really?
Right. Raven. Ranged attacks will be a disadvantage, so...
5
Um,
9 3 and a 2.
Oh my god.
I'm debating whether to do some acrobatics again and try and get over the top.
You'll have advantage if you can get in close.
Let's give it a go, see if he can get in close.
I'll just side try and let them through.
21.
Yep, you managed to basically run up the wall a little bit, maybe balance over Porky's head or something, and you can just sort of reach down.
It's like a column you
Okay.
could support yourself
Would
on.
I be close enough then to use my rapier instead?
Yeah, I'd say you can use
Yeah,
your rapier
okay.
if you prefer using your rapier.
21.
It's a hit.
Or
You
advantage.
do have advantage, so you could roll to see if you crit, but
No.
okay. Right.
Sneaky, sneaky.
Sneaky, sneaky. Oh, only a 4 sneak attack.
That's
And
still
with
13.
that, you bring the vampire down. That final blow, a stab straight through the heart, brings this creature down.
Sneak through the heart.
Straight
Porky
after
goes to
Raven.
cheer, then she remembers she's not talking to you, and then she's like,
Still!
Straight after
He's
Raven
like covered in
finishes,
blood right now.
I'm going to use a Sacred Flame and place my hand upon the body and just burn away any flesh to make sure that it doesn't regenerate.
Okay. Right, so with that, you've successfully defeated this vampire. Ismark congratulates you on being able to bring down such a vile spawn.
I'll hold a hand down towards Eos.
Yeah, you can still see some latent radiant energy on it, and as you grasp it, you feel that kind of warm light. And I lift myself up to my feet.
And you feel the same too.
Yeah.
I'm well, in fact, it's a bit of a weird mixture for myself because with the Scourge side, as it begins to fade out, you see that Cade's weapons as well as his shield are glowing with this radiant energy. But then as you look up to him, his face beneath his shawl is almost glistening with, it's a strange mixture of light and dark, almost coalescing between the eyes and the mouth. And as it all begins to fade, you just see it kind of wisp away, and his eyes return to normal.
I look down at the body. I'll say, I need another 10 minutes. I'll put this body to rest as well.
What's left of the body, out of curiosity?
It's mostly just dust now. It's basically been sacred flamed to pieces.
Right. I was going to say, because of what I was told, if it was still anything there, I was just going to break the end of my javelin and drive the shard of wood through its where its heart would be.
Yeah.
But no need for that.
Yeah, it's kind of been radianted. And it's not quite at a stage yet where it has it there, so it should be good.
Radianted.
Yes, it's totally a word.
I'll cast ceremony as a ritual
Okay,
to administer
so
funeral rites.
you've done the funeral rites. Afterwards, you probably head back up, I guess, or
I will, yeah.
Yeah.
Can I see if
Yeah.
any of the bolts survived?
yeah, they're fine. I'll just give you them this time. They're
I
not
guess
gotten into particularly dangerous.
I'll also gather up the ashes and then, or ask the priest if he has an urn somewhere around the church or a vase or something. And I'll gather up the ashes, place them in them, and then hand them to I want to talk to the priest.
Yeah, the priest just sort of looks at you. I'll actually just drag your tokens out of the basement and put it back into
Sorry it had to come to this. But your son is at least at peace now.
He sighs and just sort of looks at you, perhaps taking the urn off of you, and goes, I understand it had to be done. I heard what happened. You gave him as much chance as perhaps more than he had right to. But please just leave. I need time.
I understand as well.
He doesn't thank you, but he doesn't outwardly curse you either. He
No.
seems kind of broken a little.
In time you will feel a great weight has been lifted.
Okay.
And he, as I walk out, I'll say, and we still need a curse to lift as well.
And with that, are you heading back to the house, basically?
Yes.
Okay, so I'll just move you guys back
Hey,
to
you
that
need
map.
to rest up, don't you?
We all do.
Alright, so
Even if it's short.
So you return back to the manor. Some of you are a bit bloodied, others barely even scratched, maybe a bit dirty from scrambling about in tombs and burying stuff.
I don't see
He just sort of, Irina just sort of looks at you all and goes, what happened?
Oh, lastly, sorry. Did I acquire some holy water after? Could I have done
Yeah, I'll say you managed to get a vial.
Yeah, even if it's not holy water, I just grabbed enough water that I will then bless
Yeah.
it later. But yeah.
Yep.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah. So you get back to the house. Irina questions you about what happened, basically.
Well,
Vampire.
everything. Yeah, that pretty much sums it up. Everything with your father was a reasonable success.
Ismark almost looks over to Eos and looks about to say something, but holds his tongue. He goes, yes, they all treated him with dignity, and they managed to bring down a spawn that was causing those horrible sounds that had driven people away from the church. So possibly people will be able to return, but it's in such close shadow of the castle, I doubt it. Well,
In time, I sure.
I suppose a celebration of sorts is in order then. I will, brother, go grab some wine and we'll have a celebration, and then the rest of you can rest.
That would be greatly appreciated. Thank you.
Okay, and with that, you have some drinks. You go to basically get prepared for rest. Essentially, when there is a knock at the door.
Oh no. Who is it?
Let me get this thing up.
Who is
Second.
it indeed?
I've come to sell pastries. They'll give you good dreams.
No, thank you.
They're delicious.
Unfortunately, we lost a friend due to gluten, so we shan't be requiring them at those times. However, possibly
Good
another time, perhaps.
As you wish, young master. And with that, you hear the sound of small wooden wheels rolling across damp cobbles.
I just turned back to the party like, I don't trust that bitch.
See her.
Yeah, no, I don't trust anything anymore. You
Yeah.
never know, she could hand you a pastry and it grows legs and a mouth and...
Gives you dreams, did she say?
Does that mean it's like
Wait,
those
so
like brownies, pop brownies?
Gives you sweet dreams.
Yeah, pop brownies.
Yeah, they...
Well, I mean, I've never dreamed before, so.
Yep. So with that,
Like as they walk away, I kind of want to peek out the door just to get a look at whoever it was.
okay.
Oh no.
The window.
Okay, through the window you do. Oh come on! I swear there was a token for this. Handout, gone. I lost my handout. Where'd you go?
Deleted.
Excuse me, handout. Where'd you go?
Mr. Handout.
Okay. Apparently, I literally cannot find this handout.
Maybe it
Playing
was
hide and
eaten.
seek.
Bookkeeper.
Okay. I swear I saw a handout.
I thought I saw a handout.
I did.
You'll be able to do a search.
I need
On
to
the
not eat chocolate
Yeah.
so often.
Try doing a search there.
Yeah.
Has somebody got a
I'll do
sugar
that.
rush?
I can put my Milky Bar button.
I'm not really supposed to eat chocolate anyway, so.
Ah, there it is. It's not in where I thought it would be.
What is handout?
That is what you see.
Oh yeah, I definitely know,
hell
right?
I literally shut the door and I'm like, you are right.
Well, my divine sense has never failed me yet.
And with that, you will get a successful long rest.
Yeah, no.
Morgantha and her pastry card.
Would anybody look at that face and go, trustworthy?
From the brief smell of the pastry from opening the door, they do smell pretty tasty.
I can imagine they do.
You've definitely all been conditioned from Baba Yaga's dancing heart.
I'm sorry, but those nails, that's just not hygienic for a baby.
Right.
I will ask Irene about the old lady.
She hasn't even got a hairnet.
Just Irina thinks for a moment and goes, well, that's more Ganther. I've heard rumours at least that she goes door to door peddling her wares, offering customers an escape from the misery and despair of everyday Barovian life. Though
So
she is a
does
bit
drugs.
strange.
So she sells drugs.
They're only a gold a piece, so it's not a huge amount, but for most of the people here, it's far too much.
Yes, but I assume for what you get, people rarely want to return from this place.
Hmm.
Am I not wrong?
I don't know. I've only really heard. Can't tell you much more than that, unfortunately.
Anything that turns around and says they can give you the answers to all of your life's problems surely comes with a downfall. Something in cost.
Possible.
And I'm sure it's not just a couple of silver pieces.
Okay. And yes, well, perhaps, but for now, you should all get some rest. Oh, and if you see an eerie green light in the distance of the church, ignore it.
Ominous. Thank you.
Don't go
Yeah.
towards the light.
It's something that seems to happen every night at midnight.
Oh.
An eerie green light comes from there, and ghosts march their way towards the castle.
I kind of
Oh.
want to see it now.
I mean, it does sound quite interesting.
Considering the state of some of you, I'd suggest resting, but it is your
Oh, yeah.
choice, of course.
I don't know. I'm gonna rest, but like you say, it happens every midnight.
Yes. In fact, considering the journey you're taking, perhaps you'll see them on the way.
Sounds like a tourist trap.
But with that, you all get a long rest. You're all back at full HP. You're all back at full max HP, and you've got your spell slots and bardic inspirations and rages and.
It was quite early during the day, and I'm just thinking how many more hours.
Well, it was fairly early in the day when you started, but you've obviously spent a fair bit of time walking about and going to the church and waiting and burying corpses and doing funeral processions. So it's probably late. It's evening time now, so
Yeah, that's fine. And if we have some time, in other words, if there's an amount of hours between now and when we do take the long rest, I'd like to gather up more water and also bless it in the time.
Yeah, you.
And I have necessary vials with an alchemist supplies.
Yeah, so I'll
Be
say
filling up as many vials as I
maybe
can.
in time, I'll say maybe get 6 vials of water.
I'll offer the
You
help
can.
if it's needed.
And between you manage to consecrate and make yourself some holy water.
Excellent. Keep doing it. Keep pumping the holy water. There's no reason why not to.
Yep. Never know when they might be needed.
Absolutely.
In
But
a
yes.
face of evil.
This is a quick one. The black tomes that I found in the death house, did they disintegrate? I can't remember.
No, they've just aged remarkably.
Still able to write in them, yeah?
Huh?
Still able to use them.
To some extent, but you'd have to be like careful. Like you won't be able to go like full on super speed writing in them, for example.
Oh, that's fine.
But yes, they are viable. Okay, so you've gathered up your holy water, you've had some food and drink, and you've had time to have a rest. At dawn, you're awoken by Irina, who has sword at her side, and I believe she has armor, if I'm remembering my characters correctly. Yeah, and a breastplate on, ready to basically head out. It's got some basic travel gear with her. All right. She puts a map on the table, and I will actually take you over to the map page. And welcome to the map of the world, and you are currently all here. Assuming that, I think that is it. Shift.
Yeah, that's pinging.
Yep, that's the one. Yeah, so you're currently there. So she indicates that on the map. Indicates, of course, the castle, place you don't want to go, and then indicates that from what the map shows, how accurate it is, it's not 100%, but where you want to go to is here.
Where?
Yeah. Oh.
Oh.
Do you mind if I
Which-
draw on it at all?
Yeah, you can do.
So where?
Which is, if you could go directly, it'd be 8 miles as the crow flies. But obviously, as you can see by the map, it's quite. So generally, the only places are the paths or through the woods to cut off time. But it's
If I'm
slow
honest,
going, basically.
I don't think we should be cutting away from the path.
No. Leaving
Would
the
I be able? Oh, go on.
I don't know, leaving the path's a bad idea.
Yeah, do we know if the mist is encasing around the area around, or is it just surrounding the town?
The mist from Irina will explain. It surrounds Barovia itself. Sometimes it seems to focus in on some people and drive them towards certain areas, but for the most part, it just surrounds Barovia itself, not the village, the place.
Okay.
So it should be safe to travel, or as safe as possible. In fact, that is a good point. So, really, is that not a... Really, that's not something I can cook. Oh wait, I'm on the wrong thing. That's why. So what I'll do, so
There we go.
yeah, so that will probably help you a little bit, showing the actual names of places you know.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Yeah.
wonder why it was. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So essentially, there. She indicates on the map this area here, and basically says it's a shorter route upwards, but some of the Vistani seem to like to camp out there. Some of them are associated with Strahd, and that's the beliefs of everyone, but I'm not 100% sure. They seem... The ones at the bar seem decent enough, providing you pay your tab.
Well, considering you're the one in question, perhaps you should choose our safest route. You know this area better than any of us. We're just going to be the guides. Or
No,
the protection, effectively.
I mean, it probably cuts off about a mile or two of the journey, and we don't necessarily have to interact with them too much, so it's probably a bit safer. Besides, it's covers a little bit less of the woods nearby, which is probably wise. The woods themselves can be very dangerous. At least that's what everyone says, so it's going to take a while. But the sooner we set out, the sooner we can get there, and then the sooner I can hopefully be done with that man.
What about taking this route? Do we have a map?
Yeah, so
Yeah, I'll plot out a route.
I
That seems
mean,
to avoid the woods.
that one is probably the best route without cutting through the woods. But even then, no route is really safe. But I'm sure between us we can deal with any threat that comes our way. Just be on your guard. After all, you're vampire slayers. After all, what could possibly bring you guys down?
Two.
Two vampires.
Three vampires.
Not vamp slayers.
Yes. Ismark speaks up and goes, I will travel with you, but I must remain here to take over for my father's work.
Is
There.
the life of your sister not more important than your work?
The life of her is indeed important, but how to put this? This village was very precious to my father. It would be wrong to abandon it. Besides, if I travel as well and only raise suspicion, and Strahd had spies everywhere. If you can manage to sneak Irina out rather than going directly, then no one knows she's left because she's been holed up in here, so hopefully that will be safest.
Very well.
However, should you decide to eventually face that monster, I would gladly lend you my blade at that point.
I respect that reasoning. In that case, is there any supplies that
We have we've been preparing for this for a little while at least, and we have some rations, about 5 days worth for a small group.
How long will the journey?
It depends. Unfortunately, with how the owner of one of the few remaining shops here is, he won't exactly sell anything for cheap, and this is the most we can reasonably afford. You're of course welcome to try and bargain yourself, but
I think it's best we do stock up as best we can.
okay. I'll wait here once you're actually, yes, once you're ready, I'll get everything together and we can leave.
Let's have a look here.
Okay, so
I've already got
I'll take you back to
one
the
ration.
Yeah.
I guess, yeah, I'm going to try and buy some more rations as well.
Okay, so you would go to there. Let me just get the information. So you enter a place called Bildrath's Mercantile. The owner just sort of looks at you, doesn't really acknowledge you too much. but just sort of waits for you to pick out what you want.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna buy a shovel, some extra rations. You know what? A crowbar.
Okay.
Only based on the things that we've needed so far, i.e., shovel for digging graves, crowbar for opening watertight hatches. Yeah.
Okay.
What else?
How many days rations you looking at?
So I've got 1 plus the 5 that were given to me from Ismark. I'll buy another 4.
Okay, so he looks at it. So it was a crowbar, 4 days of rations, and a shovel.
Yep.
Anything else?
I think that's good for me now.
Okay, he looks at it all and goes, "All right, that'll be 60 gold."
You must be joking.
If you want it badly enough, you'll pay for it.
No one has 60 gold to spend on food. Simple, essential need.
Well, good luck finding it anywhere else. I'm the only one selling.
That doesn't warrant an extortionate price.
He just shrugs. Alright. Okay. So he's going to attempt that.
Is he part of... I'm going to ask him, like, are you part of a larger, perhaps, guild?
Nope, just me. Hand the boy out back.
Is there
And-
anyone who might be part of a group establishment?
Not around here. You can check one of the other towns if you live that long. And at this point, Porky seems to square up, going for an intimidation of sorts. And he looks and goes, "We'll have none of that here. Parawimple." And with that, a young man walks out from the back room. His muscles seem to be rippling beneath his leather tunic, and he just sort of looks at the party and goes, "Right, they give any more nonsense, chuck them out."
Roll initiative. Okay.
I say, is there any shops that deal with alchemical supplies?
You can get some of that here.
The idea of the intimidation wasn't to get out of paying.
Yeah.
Porky is going to pull out one of the gems that she got from the mansion and set that down.
Okay.
She doesn't have coin, but she has other things.
Okay, so you're sort of like, I'd say there's more persuasion, but I kind of get what you mean. You're kind of slamming down. Well, will this be enough, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Did I say how much that was worth initially? Let me just.
That might change it a little bit.
There. Yeah, I still think like the sort of slamming it down, he'll just showing a little bit of aggression with it. I would say possibly because
She's
of
in
the
a
slam.
bad mood.
Forgive
Yes.
me. Know how to be polite.
So he's called out basically his stock boy, and that was one of the gems you got from. I'm trying to remember where you got that from. I know it was in the mansion, but
I got it. There's 3 gems, and then I've got the eye patch with the carnelian in it.
so that was in the basement, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can't remember if I'm honest.
Yeah. So those. So the carnelian is worth 50 gold, and the gems are worth 10 each.
The reason I ask about the potions, now chemical supplies, is because I am part of a alchemist guild, and meaning I will probably be coming back here to do more business. So keeping a good customer satisfaction is in your favor. So I might be returned customer. And I'm gonna basically pull out the membership to my guild and show it to him.
Okay.
You can have a read of that.
Yeah. Okay. Roll me a persuasion check.
I just saw pay your funeral if needed.
Yeah. Okay. Is this with assistance because you there's gems now on the table as well?
I won't say it's with assistance, but I'll say the DC is a little slow.
Okay. All right. 19.
Okay, he sort of looks at you, looks at this bit of paper, and it's just like,
I will be coming back for more vials.
right, well, guilds don't hold a lot of sway, but this seems to be legitimate, so...
I can perhaps
And-
put a good word in for you. At least then more business will be flourishing once this dreadful curse is lifted. I will tell of the one store that helped me defeat Strahd by supplying the rations needed to survive the wilderness.
He just sort of thinks
still
for a moment and goes, ugh, 45 gold, and that's as far as I'll go.
Okay, alright. I will put 15 gold down, and I say, this is all I have.
Well, that'll get you... I'll say that'll get you your rations.
I'll put the other 2 gems down.
And with those, that'll get you your crowbar and your shovel.
Alright, this is good for all of us, because these can be used for as like a group tool. Alright. Thank you for
Porky
your
just
business.
puts them down and then leaves.
Yeah.
I actually passed the crowbar to you, Porky.
She gone.
Oh god, well I come back out and then give it to you.
Yeah.
I say you paid for it, and you can probably get the most use out of it as well. We'll need it.
I'm going to ask Shopper if he would be interested in trade of a couple of weapons to supply. Thing.
I got no need for weapons here.
Not even this really pretty longsword, and I'll pull out the fancy longsword that I took from the wall.
Now, that's a pretty long sword, but people aren't buying weapons, so it's of no use to me.
Okay, that's not right, and I'll shove it back in my bag and walk out.
Yep. Anyone else want to try to buy anything?
Hell no.
I've got no
Okay.
money to afford any of that.
Okay, so with that, you all turning back?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so you return back, and Irina just sort of looks at you, probably noticing the shovel, because you can't exactly hide a shovel, even in a backpack, just sort of goes, huh, you actually managed to afford something.
Yes, well,
Fairly.
only the essentials.
Yeah, sold, Bildrath isn't exactly the smartest businessman. He's all he cares about is gold, really. And if he doesn't, and as there's no one else to buy from, no one's really got much choice. It's why so many people risk hunting in the woods despite the dangers.
Well, hopefully with this hard-earned gold put to use, we won't have to. I bought enough rations for an extra day for each. Hopefully the journey doesn't go on too long.
That's very kind of you.
Alright, and that. I will go back to the. Nope, that's the
So,
wrong map.
effectively, guys, if you want me to keep track of it, I can. But 6 days worth of rations
Okay,
between the whole group.
Keep hold of it just so I can sulk later and shout, "Feed me!"
Or is that spur rations?
Not spare. Well, yeah, on top of perhaps whatever you have already.
Yeah.
But I'll keep track of like the rations that we have assigned for this adventure. This little.
Yeah, so she's basically provided probably enough for maybe, I mean,
5 days.
for 5 days each, basically.
Yeah.
So, all right, and I need to.
And with the rations I just bought, should be a total of 6 days.
Okay. So, with that, you're pretty much ready to go.
Mhm.
How are you planning to try to sneak out, or are you?
Yeah, we can garb you in something a little bit more subtle. Your armor is kind of a giveaway.
Ooh, I
can
have a
try.
disguise kit.
So do I.
Make it look like a beggar.
I mean, if you think that's best.
Yes. Like your
Dirty.
brother. Strahd and his minions are looking.
Nods. Okay. She'll sit as still as she can. You can roll your disguise kit check.
Maybe 2 of you could work on her.
Well, could technically one of us do advantage then if we're
Yeah.
both doing
Yeah.
it?
So whoever's doing it can roll advantage.
Go ahead, Elias. Who is typing?
Oh, what? Sorry.
You're rolling a disguise kit with advantage.
Sure. Because I was.
I guess plus just your preferred.
25.
Yeah, it's a very good disguise. Use all sorts of makeup.
You add
Maybe take a little bit of inspiration from the hag outside. Actually, sort of
I
give
was
some
going to
warts and
suggest that
things.
she looks like Morgantha
Yeah.
with her little cart.
Yeah, I mean, you've got really high charisma, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so with that, you guys are ready to go. She'll probably stay in sort of the middle of the so she's
I think
noticed.
perhaps if she just goes on ahead of us alone, and we will keep from a watchful distance.
Yeah, and at least till you're out of town, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So
So she'll go
she'll.
ahead.
Yeah, so I'm going to roll a stealth check for her. She'll at least be going. I suppose in a way it's more performance, maybe.
It's up to you. If people take much notice of Morgan, that's also.
I mean, it has basically her look like Morgantha. I will have her roll a performance check to see if she can pretend well enough.
Sure. That makes more sense.
Or deception.
No. Oh, that's why. I'm used to your spelling of Irina, so I was looking at that spelling. Right.
It's not my sister.
Oh, because of the disguise, advantage makes sense. So 14, great, but she's at least got like the sort of pace working. So she leaves and sort of heads out.
You need to stoop more. She had
She
like
tries.
a crick in her back.
Maybe I should like give her a piggyback so it's like old lady cannot walk this distance on her own.
It's probably going to draw more attention.
Yeah, she's walking ahead. So eventually she manages to get out of town and a little ways away before the rest of you can join her as such.
Yeah, probably before we cross the bridge, though.
Yeah. So I'd say she'll wait at the bridge. Makes sense.
That's good.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
We'll catch up, and I'm keeping a very close eye on perhaps anyone following, or if anyone else is just leaving town,
Okay.
or if we're the only ones.
Okay. So at a normal pace, that would takes you. I don't know. Walking in a group, she's trying to walk, at least pretending to be more Ganthus, or so she'd be walking slow. So it takes you about half an hour to get to the bridge, basically
I
at
would
her pace.
imagine just to make us less conspicuous.
Yeah.
Raven will take a different route.
That makes sense.
To try and split the group up a little bit, but kind of like keeping them not too far away from him. But just kind of like walks down a different alley or something like that.
And
Yeah, that
I'll
may-
go with Raven just to keep the tanks with the squishies.
Right, so let me get something up quickly. Right, so you get to the bridge. It's been about half an hour to get there, to regroup basically, because you're walking at a fairly slow pace because she's obviously pretending to be an old woman.
Sure.
So just gotta roll something.
But we are now fully out of the city or town. All right. Well,
Right, so yep, you're far. Oh wait, that makes sense. Okay, need to just. Alright, just doing something quickly. Macro dark. So that isn't. There you go. That's better. Okay, so you're fine. You managed to. I suppose it sort of makes sense because she's sort of the focus at the moment. I will use. I use Irina's token for the map placement, basically.
yeah, I was also going to suggest that somewhere on the map we represent a much, like you can say, like just in this forest. Effectively.
Oh, like what order you're going in?
Yeah, what likely we. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I'll let you.
So if
That's so if you.
Yeah, if everyone just
place
drags
it
their
into this,
tokens. Yeah.
and then just with whoever's at the top, basically, of the woods will be who's going first.
Okay. So just drag your tokens out, guys.
I know your token. Your tokens are going to look weird now because this is hexes and everything's the rest is all squares.
Yeah, it's true. But we're not using this for a battle map, so it's alright.
No.
But just a rough kind of indication of where we look, where we are in the marching order. Where's Irina as well? Copy her token and paste it on again. Cade,
Hallelujah.
Yes.
drag your token out, mate.
It's already here.
Where?
The-
Oh,
Oh, in the
it's
wrong-
up to-
Oh,
We're in the
I
wrong
see.
place.
I see. Right. Yeah. Sorry, that's why.
okay. So this is just a marching order for when we get into combat. So the front is the top, the back is the bottom. So you're kind of off to the side at the moment, Cade.
Yeah. If we pull back a bit, Raven.
I think he's asking you to maybe. I think he's asking Raven to move to the back.
Yep.
It's up to-
Yeah, I want to be sort of middle of the pack.
Oh,
Yeah,
Steph's
yeah,
next to
it's-
you, that's why.
Yeah,
Arena
so
in the
just
middle.
sort of, so
Arena
just
in the
sort
middle
of,
makes
yeah,
Yeah, just drag it back.
yeah. So just position yourself so shoot low woods up.
And do you want to be off to the side like that? Or do you want to be behind? We're all together now. You're not off to the woods anymore. We kind of all regrouped at the bridge.
Oh, okay.
So
So just sort of group yourselves together how you would be watching, basically.
okay, there we go.
Okay, and what sort of pace are you guys marching at now that you've
I
sort of
think-
met up?
As soon as we've left, and we're no longer in earshot of the village, no reason why we need to be stealthy, right?
Okay,
Shall we
so,
get a
so
move on?
just normal pace, basically.
Normal bits.
Okay, so I'll just what's the button to map out sort of
A ruler.
I know it's that, and then what is
And
it
then right.
oh, is it right
So you
click?
hold down left click, then hold down, and then press right click.
Okay, so just working something out. So you travel 3 miles in an hour. I'm just trying to work. Oh no, wait. Yeah.
Can you see my
wouldn't it?
ruler?
Yeah, so you'd get to about there in an hour. Okay. So, so basically, you're just walking along. Let me just see if there's any good descriptive information. So, despite being daylight, the sun is far less bright than it normally is. It appears to be strangely muted. The fog, of course, you can see in the distance, but it's not really bothering the party. What else? Yeah. So, you're sort of. So this is kind of a muddy roadway with giant trees looming on both sides of the road. Essentially, black pools of water stand, and you're just sort of traveling along, and eventually the woods are towering trees whose tops are lost in the mist. Tree trunks are unnaturally close to one another, and the woods have a strange silence like a forgotten grave, yet seem to exude the feeling of an unvoiced scream. The river itself that you're traveling by currently is flying as clear as the blue winter sky. It's about 50 foot wide, but it's not too bad. After about, just gonna do a couple of rolls. Okay, after about half an hour,
Bless you.
when you would have reached like here. Let me get up my other table. Sorry, it's one of those more. Seriously, I literally had this up. Where is it gone? Okay, interestingly, you hear movement in the woods nearby.
Is it a rustling? Or
Yeah,
is it like a
sounds
splashing
like it sounds like a rustling in the woods, just to like hearish. If you
noise? Hmm.
want.
Okay. Does it sound like a singular thing, or is there perhaps?
Roll me a perception check to try to.
21.
It sounds like a group, though you can't like a group of sorts moving together.
Quite a lot of movement.
Yeah.
Okay. Mm,
Prepare our weapons.
I realised we could have maybe invested in a wagon or something. Or like a cart.
Yeah.
So,
For 1,000 gold.
Yeah, right.
so what you guys do?
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna
Delph.
light up a sacred flame in my hand. I say, "Who goes there?
Okay.
Show yourself."
I will both of us, Timothy.
Yeah, ready weapons, just in case.
And Porky
Okay.
charges in.
I think we might need to talk to a lead or something.
What?
Right.
We are armed.
To
Think
the
twice
teeth.
before attacking.
Roll me an intimidation check.
Okay. My forte, but
We do not have money. The shop's already taken that.
10.
Okay.
No, with advantage because Porky's bad mood.
Yep. Sure. Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, and in response, someone attempts to shoot you, but misses horribly.
I'll let go of my sacred flame in the direction of where that arrow came from. Or bolt.
Okay.
You can roll me a deck.
I
If I can
rolled
see
it.
them. I guess I'm assuming I can see them after they've shot the arrow.
Yeah, they've kind of revealed themselves.
Yeah.
It looks like there's two of them from what you can see.
Oh,
And with that, I will take you over to the random battle map. So if you guys want to drag... Oh, I've actually got a couple of your tokens on here already. But
You could the idea of the marching order is for you to be able to copy and paste it.
that's actually a good point. Let me...
oh my god. It's
Yep, Chris with the DM.
It also means that if someone wants to roll an issue early, they could actually click their token, I guess. Yeah.
Right, so I've sort of dragged everyone on again. So...
It's so
There we
dark.
go.
Oh, is it?
Porky.
Has it not got global
They
illumination?
don't stand a chance.
It depends. Oh god.
Oh.
There you go.
The
Your-
lighted bulb.
Your health is showing as 6 still.
Yeah, my bad.
Oh, there we
We
go.
got- That's why I was going to ask actually. Does my max go back to?
Yeah, your max is back at full from the
Thank
long
God
rest.
for that. Right. Okay.
James, I
Right,
don't
and-
suppose you could dim the lights a little bit.
No, unfortunately not. That's your brightness settings.
Jesus,
All
I
right.
can barely see
So
around.
you have to roll a dex save in reaction.
Yep.
That's the sacred flame right there.
Yeah.
Natural 20.
Okay, and I'll roll this.
Porky's bad mood is coming through.
Oh,
Right, so they got a
Okay.
12, which I'm guessing is a fail.
That is, they take 5 points of radiant damage.
3 nat 20
Oh my
initiatives.
god, why can't
Wow.
we use these for damage, boys?
Where are
Right.
these in the basement?
Right, so I need to roll initiative for them. And for Irina. It's with you. Okay, hell we're.
How far are they?
And
I'm gonna move. Move. Over to sort of here.
yeah,
And I will heft a spear and launch it at the one on the left hand side.
okay.
15.
That's definitely a hit. Roll for damage.
Ignore
You
the
wouldn't.
sneak, because I didn't get it.
Yep. He takes it quite heavy. It's like, oh, damn it.
I can't bonus action throw another one, can I?
No.
I
Porky.
think so.
Okay. Can we see how many there are, or is this a
There just seems to be 2 of them as far as you.
Okay. In which case, how far away are they?
About 35 feet from you. Actually, weirdly, you're not. No one appears to be 100% lined up, so you're
Because went from hex map to square
yeah,
map.
but whatever. It's about, I'll say 30 feet to the nearest one to you.
In which case, I can get all the way up there.
Yep.
Yeah. And she's just going to take a little swing.
What the hell?
Actually, she's probably going to stay where she is, and she's probably going to throw one of her hand axes at him.
Okay.
Like, as an instant sort of glare. Toss it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, here we go.
15.
I mean, you whispered that to me for some
Oh,
reason, but
Sorry, it's still
that-
a whisper.
but that is a hit. And which one are you going? The one on the right or the one on?
The one that's the nearest, so...
Okay. Okay, so he's just got a hand axe slicing into his shoulder. Anything else?
I'll raise you one.
Yeah, I'm gonna start using my movement, so I'm gonna go to about there.
Okay.
Is it
Alright.
somewhere?
Cade.
Yeah, so through this brightness, by the way, is the screen just completely yellow to anyone else apart from me?
Yeah, that's all it is.
Yeah.
It's a random map. It's just
Oh,
purely for
okay.
battles.
Nope,
Just
it's
check.
green
See,
and blue.
it's fine to me.
You must brightness set. well.
25, and I'll draw javelin and just yeet.
Okay, roll me a dex check for your drawing. See how good. I'm joking. I'm being silly.
I was gonna say, it's like, hang on, what? This isn't part of the deal, James.
Oh, I wanted to see how good your art was.
Oh, that's only 11.
That's unfortunately a miss.
No, javelin.
Just go, that was a warning shot.
Just draw my sword and get ready.
Right, Aos.
I tried to warn you, and I rush forward, retrieving my warhammer from my side, and smack him across the front.
Then you miss.
Yeah. But then I'll bring up my shield as well, trying to block anything.
Okay,
Can I get? Yeah.
bandit number 1. Okay. He glares at you, and his eye begins to glow. I would like a wisdom saving throw. I think it's
From me?
wisdom. Yeah. Probably going to succeed, but
18.
yeah. He succeeds, and his eyes seem to cloud over.
3D glasses protect. From
Hell
his
yes.
How far are they?
Wait, you're on the map, you can ruler.
I'll move.
And I will say that for the one on this one, the one on the right, you do have advantage currently.
The one on the right? Oh.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hit him.
Rob.
Oh,
Yeah.
I hurt.
One sec. 'cause it's advantage. Okay.
Okay, that's a hit. Roll the damage.
7.
You pierce him straight through one of his blinded eyes.
Woo!
And he falls to the ground dead.
Hey!
Raven.
Okay. I think I should be able to get.
You can springboard off my shield and backflip into him.
That would be awesome.
Excellent. Excellent. I would be happy to try that. He likes his flair after all.
Already coming up with team attacks. I'm happy with.
Yeah. We kind of couldn't come up with a fancy name for it. Right, and then I'm gonna go at it with the rapier.
That's a miss, unfortunately.
Gosh darn it, we haven't perfected it yet. It didn't
Not
work.
yet. Not yet. Practice.
Practice.
Um,
Need more velocity.
Thrust.
1, 2. Irina just sort of. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it can get to there, which is in range because this guy's weirdly at an angle. He should be there. And we'll bring out her rapier and stab. And miss.
Oh my god.
She's supposed to be a feeble old lady, so she's just
Yeah.
in character.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Oh no.
Unfortunately, that one then gets an attack opportunity against her as she lunges past, but misses. It's then his actual turn. I'm actually confused as to how, whatever, the turn order went weird then, but we'll swing out again and hit, doing 4 damage to her. It's now Hellwyr's turn.
He's going to run forward to the one who's got his spear embedded into him.
Yep.
As he's going to just draw both scimitars and
Yep.
to take a swing.
Okay.
So,
Schlip.
That's a hit. How would you like to do this?
Hey.
I'm getting that.
Okay.
Just for the flair, he's going to sort of use the spear that's embedded into him as a springboard while he does flips over and decapitates him.
Fair.
That's my trick.
Fair. But with that, the battle is over.
And I'm going to recover my spear out.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was
I'm
going to go
black.
with a nun.
Oh my god.
Take my glasses off.
I
Yep.
need to
Okay.
go get Piglet back.
Right, you get your gear back, and you're back.
Would have preferred a non-lethal method, but they were asking for it.
Some things just can't be helped.
I'm
Yes.
just by the hair and go, we can try talking to this. And just drop it again.
Yeah.
You warned them, and they didn't take.
All right.
Strange to see so few of them together. Nor they're
must
sort
have
of
been-
traveling larger numbers.
They must have been desperate. I look over their bodies. Do they look kind of emaciated?
Yeah, they're not great. They've kind of got rough clothing. Their gear doesn't look exactly the best together. And
I would have spared them each a ration had they only asked.
Any rations on the metal? Any
No.
savings?
Any
no,
coin?
but you will notice that some of them appear to have almost like burns on their left forearms, almost as if something's like the skin's being purposely burnt, like a
Like a
Like a
branding.
brand.
almost like a brand to cover something. Is the sort of feeling you get.
Can I make a medicine check to determine if I can figure that out?
Yeah.
As an immediate guess, Eos is also just going to check for like bite marks. Okay.
You're not sure.
Okay.
Irina just sort of has a look over, just goes, actually, I'm going to have her roll something. Yes.
While we're sort of looking over, can I find like a tree or so I can just rip a couple of branches off, snap down, and sharpen?
I mean, you can. There'll be more imp.
Stakes or
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
sort of.
I'm going to say you can also make me a history check, Chris.
Okay.
But only Chris.
Interesting. 18.
Yeah. Thinking about it, whilst you can't identify exact what would cause such burns, the sort of placement of this almost looks like maybe there was some sort of tribal marking there which has been burnt away. With Irina looking at it as well, it seems to, you get the feeling that maybe these are like being outcast from like a clan for some reason. And so that's probably why there were so few of them. And because they were outcast, they had their tribal markings basically seared off.
I see.
Irina, do you recognize these people? The markings they show.
Well, they look, I mean, with the clothing, it's a bit ragged. They look like they might be Vistani, but I've not seen any with the brands burnt, with their markings burnt off before.
But the Vistania who we're taking you to.
Well, no, Valarki is who.
Yeah,
Oh, sorry,
Okay.
Valarki. Sorry, my
And we
That-
are passing through them.
Yes, but there are several groups of Vistani. They don't necessarily all think or act the same way. It's why I find it hard to believe that all of them are in league with him.
Interesting.
But
Seems
for now-
extreme to be able to brand them or remove a marking just being an outcome.
it's certainly not something I've heard of.
Yeah. Well,
But for now, we should probably continue. It's not safe to linger near the.
no. And on normal circumstances, I would take the time to dig a grave and give last rites, but given the, as you say, dangers, I'm going to try and instead cast a sacred flame to see if it like burns the body a bit. I know it's radiant damage.
Yeah. Maybe a little, but it doesn't seem to have the same effect that it did on like the vampire.
Yeah,
Because,
sure. In that case, I'll
um,
light a torch and. Ah, man, we haven't got oil, have we? Has anyone got like fire? Physical fire?
Why? What
I
are you
mean-
looking to do?
Just burn the bodies. They might rise as undead, who knows? In this place, anything's possible.
Well, there is, whilst it's not exactly the nicest thing to think, this could prove a boon of sorts if we just leave the bodies here as they are. Yeah, it could be a distraction for anything else nearby.
That
I
Fair
makes
like
enough.
the way
sense.
you think.
Food for any of the wolves that may be around.
Very well.
But it's, of course, you're the adventurers, so I'll leave it up to you as to what
You're
you
the
wish to do.
local.
We haven't got time, like you say. Let's press on.
Okay. So, continuing to press on.
I just say one
I was
small
going to
prayer.
suggest maybe like wiping off weapons, because obviously if anything is sent to track Irina, then it could use, in theory, the blood that's on our weapons from these bodies to follow
Yeah.
us.
Yeah.
Hey, I didn't hit it. But yeah.
That's why I did the wisdom roll. I was like, would she think of that? She's a bounty hunter. Yes, she would.
Alright.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotta make another roll.
Yeah, just say a simple prayer. But not last rites or anything.
Okay. You actually, after that, you're able to continue on easy enough, and going by the route you'd selected, you eventually arrive at here. Let me get my information up for you on this. So, the road you're travelling on gradually appears and is replaced by a twisted, muddy path of trees. Deep ruts in the earth are evidence of the comings and goings of wagons. The canopy of mist and branches suddenly gives way to black clouds boiling far above. There is a clearing here next to a river that widens to form a small lake several hundred feet across. 5 colourful round tents, each 10 feet in diameter, are pitched outside a ring of 4 barrel-topped wagons. A much larger tent stands near the shore of the lake, sagging form lit from within. Near this tent, 8 unbridled horses drink from the river. The normal strains of an accordion clash with the singing of several brightly clad figures around a bonfire. A footpath continues beyond this encampment, meandering north between the river and the forest's edge.
Free horses?
Oh, local.
I mean, we're probably already being tracked by one party. I don't think we want another load on our.
Hmm.
Are there any guards or lookouts?
I mean, you can see 12 people, like, sort of round a fire, and they seem to be guzzling wine, and you can see 3 others which seem to be sitting near the wagons, ready to, with weapons close, it looks like. However, they don't seem hostile, and one of them in the distance noticed you and goes, come friends, join the party. We have wine, we have stories. It is good to take time.
Well, there goes a subtle approach. I kind of hesitantly look back at the party.
Sure.
Sure what?
Let's
Can't be thinking of stopping with them.
I say,
Well,
your spirits must indeed be high to be enjoying a small revelry out here in the dark woods.
Well, with the world as it is, fun when you have the chance. So come, drink, eat, take your fill, listen to tales, and perhaps have your fortunes told.
to be fair, Madam Ava might be here. And if she's not, maybe they know where she is. Because she can supposedly make potions to get people through the fog.
I look to Irina. I say, are you getting tired? Do you need a rest?
Well, it's been only a few hours, but this is a chance to get food, and there's enough people here that
Safety.
there should be some safety. Besides, if they do try anything,
Certainly.
most of them are drunk. I think we should be able to take them, and if they... But for now, I'll try to keep myself as hidden as possible, but I'll, of course, join in as much as well.
Alright. We haven't eaten today. It makes sense. Let's settle down, although I'd suggest sticking to your own food and rations, just in case.
Yeah.
Alright. As you approach, they beckon you to sit down by the fire, offer you wine and food. One of them begins to recount a tale.
Mm-hmm.
A mighty wizard came to this land. I remember him like it was yesterday. He stood exactly where you're standing, and points to Eos. A very charismatic man he was. He thought he could rally the people of Barovia against the devil. in the castle. He stirred them with thoughts of revolt and bore them to the castle en masse. When the vampire appeared, the wizard's peasants' army fled in terror. A few stood their ground and were never seen again. The wizard and the vampire cast spells at each other. The skies rang with enchantment. The battle flew from the courtyards of Ravenloft to a precipice overlooking the falls. I saw the battle with my own 2 eyes. Thunder shook the mountainside and great rocks tumbled down upon the wizard, yet by his magic he survived. Lightning from the heavens struck him, and again he stood his ground. When the devil fell upon him, the wizard's magic couldn't save him. I saw him thrown 1,000 feet to his death. I climbed down to the river to search for the wizard's body to see if, he had anything of value, but the river Ivlis had already spirited him away.
And
Well, that was cheery.
who was this wizard? Did he have a name? Or
He sort of sits there and seems to ponder. You know what? I don't remember. I swear it sounded important, but it doesn't stick in my head. Then he sort of looks at the group and then sort of seems to count on his fingers as he looks among you and goes, huh. It seems you've arrived at just the right time, my friends.
what do you mean the right time?
It was fated that you would visit our humble camp at this time.
Of course it was.
Madame Ava foretold your coming. She awaits you and points to the largest tent.
Madame Ava?
Yes.
The one who can get us through the fog. The fog? The mist? The mist.
I'm gonna cast Divine Sense.
You cannot get any sense of undead or fiends or evil. You just...
Celestials?
Nope.
Nothing?
Nope.
Say to the man recounting the tale, I say, that story, the mad wizard, the attack on Castle Ravenloft.
Yes.
We've met one survivor from that tale.
Wow. And I'm surprised anyone survived. It's
Well,
certainly
He did survive.
possible. He raises an eyebrow. It seems you have a tale to tell. Sit. Tell your tale. Madame Ava will wait.
I will recount of the only lone survivor who attacked Castle Ravenloft, and how even he, with the scars from battle, eventually fell to Strahd's powers, turning into a vampire and, well, falling at the hands of adventurers who feared for the safety of others in the town. His body is now ash and remains in the temple of Barovia.
Well, let's hope that bring his wrath down upon you, but if it's true at least, a tale well told, my friend. Perhaps I will weave it into my own tale.
Or maybe as a
After all, it is rare a cleric of life tells a tale of death.
It was a tale of attempting to preserve life, but I suppose the message really is that Strahd, nothing can escape Strahd. Eventually, he will come for us all.
Indeed, indeed. Well,
You know, the news this wine's very good.
But I'm more interested in this prophecy.
well, Madame Ava awaits.
While this story was being told, I was held edgy towards the tent where he directed for Madame Ava.
Okay.
It's curiosity with fortune telling.
Yeah. Anyone else going?
Yeah, sure.
Sure.
Okay.
Why why not?
Magic flames cast a reddish glow over the interior of this tent, revealing a low table covered in black velvet cloth. Glints of light seem to flash from a crystal ball on the table as a hunched figure peers into its depth. As the crone speaks, her voice crackles like dry ice. At last you've arrived!
Oh, God. Oh, give me a second and let me just turn that right down.
Welcome to
The
me and
heck?
the other guys. He does this a lot.
Eos, I see your mind is feel that perhaps you could have saved a life, but instead had to end it. How interesting.
Tragic is the word I would use.
Perhaps. And Elias, you were in the midst of a performance before you came to this land with your friend Helwir, performance with which you hoped to gain much gold, and perhaps much fame. But perhaps here you can gather more fame than even you could count. And Raven, you have brushed hands with death and met one of the spirits. It has changed you and brought you back. You are interesting. There are certainly some who would curse you, but others who may worship you. Very interesting. And Porky, your sister searches for you still. She wears earrings upon her ears that supposedly detect pork. But perhaps she wears them just to detect you. Who knows? And finally, Kay, mighty paladin, you seek to strike down the devil and free this land, perhaps. But it is not him you seek to destroy necessarily. You seek to... how do I phrase this? To please a queen and hold up your end of a bargain.
Okay, so you're a good judge of character. You're gonna have to do more than that to convince us that you can see into the future.
Well then, my friends, sit, and I shall tell all.
I mean, she knew about the pork earrings, so that's not really a judge of character. How the hell does she know that?
How do I know that's true?
Cade
I'll take a seat.
Sure.
Yeah. Let me.
I wish to know, will Cade be successful in slaying the demon? The devil, you called him?
Well, damn it, how? Okay, you're gonna briefly go to a different map because I can't drag you quite all the way over in one go because it's annoying.
Let me get my sunglasses.
No, they should be all black because you don't have tokens on. Hopefully. Oh my god, why is this map so far over? Okay. Can you see what's on the map at the moment?
Ooh.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Pulls out a deck of cards and begins to shuffle them. Her shuffling pattern is strange. She seems to flick them all over the place. They seem to briefly disappear and reappear, but eventually she draws 5 cards and places them down. And then smiles at the group.
Are we...
You wished... No. If you touch the cards, then their magic won't work. Only a true Vistani can tell future with Tarocca.
Take the left one.
She indicates this card on the far left.
Yep.
This card tells of history. Knowledge of the ancient will help you better understand your enemy. I need to zoom in because I'm too zoomed out for my notes. And she flips the card. Ah, the mercenary. The thing you seek lies with the dead, under mountains of gold coins. Knowledge of the ancients.
Hellware
She
will
put-
point. I'm sorry, go on.
Yep,
I was at Hellware will point to the top.
yep. She actually does go for the top card. Next. This card tells of a powerful force for good and protection, a holy symbol of great hope that only the most divine of beings can wield. Ah, the enchanter. I see a kneeling woman, a rose of great beauty plucked too soon. The master of the marsh knows of whom I speak. Then she indicates the card to the right. This is a card of power and strength. It tells you a weapon of vengeance, a sword of the sun.
I like the sound of that.
Wait. Say that again.
This is a card of power, a weapon of vengeance, a sword of sunlight.
Cool.
Look for a den of wolves in the hill, overlooking a mountain lake. The treasure belongs to Mother Night, but perhaps it should really belong to one of you.
Me.
She smiles and cackles a little and then taps the card to the bottom. This card sheds light on one who will greatly in the battle against darkness. Ah, the raven, a symbol that is perhaps fortuitous for the group. For two of you at least, or three, depending on how things go. But for this, you must find the leader of the feathered ones who live among the vine. Though old, he may have one fight left in him. And then she looks at the last card. Your enemy is a creature of darkness whose powers are beyond mortality. This card will lead you to... I see a secret place. A vault of temptation hidden behind a woman of great beauty. The evil waits atop his tower of treasure. And then with a gesture, she sweeps her hand and the clouds vanish.
Oh.
Ooh. Atop his tower of treasure.
Yep.
First one and the last one seems almost the same.
Yes, you also spoke of a mountain of coin earlier in this prophecy.
2 paydays. Not complaining.
Can't go wrong with a bit of coin.
What of the battle? What of facing this devil? Do you envision a hero striking him down? I have had a prophecy of my own.
Well, that all depends, doesn't it, Bright One? For whilst the future can be predicted, it can be mapped, it can never truly be known. But I see along this path, if you gather these 3 things, these items of great power, then and your ally by your side, I can see perhaps you having a chance of ending this devil. However, do not rush to your battle. I see that should you take time, you can gather strength greater than most between you. You could gather strength enough to perhaps weaken his hold on this land before you bring him down. He is ancient, he is the land. To weaken the land is to weaken him.
So would you be able to give us a boost in that? Point us in the right direction? Or maybe even give us some of that power that you possess?
She smiles and goes, I will trust that to your luck, my friends. Outside, you saw that we had 4 wagons, correct?
I don't know, is that correct?
She's asking you.
Oh, we saw horses? Did we see wagons?
Yes, you saw 4 barrel-topped wagons in a ring.
Yes, we saw them.
In one of these lies something that may help you on your journey. But you must pick the wagon before you get what's inside. All of them contain something that will help you, but one more than others.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do that.
Choose wisely.
Okay. Okay, man.
I'm going to look and go. Is there a way that we could sweeten the odds to more of a 50-50 rather than a 25?
Unfortunately, I can only offer so much help. If I offer too much, I may attract his wrath. I have done more than I should already. But
Okay, so there's 4 wagons and 6 of us, so we pick
you
a
get
wagon
one
each.
wagon in total.
Yeah, we get
Between
a
you.
singular wagon. One wagon.
Funny I mentioned we needed a wagon.
Well,
Are we purchasing these wagons? Or purchasing a wagon from the Vistani?
No, unfortunately, we can
What?
ourselves. You can
Oh, we
have what
can't.
is in. You can have what is in one of the wagons, and
Well,
of course, you are free to rest here for as long as you need.
What about horses? Can you spare horses?
We could perhaps spare a single horse, and after all, we need them to pull the wagons.
a single
don't
horse
know.
is no use to us. If we're not all on horses.
By chance, do you have a strong enough horse to carry all 6 of us? 7 of us?
No, no, I do not.
Then we wish for more horses.
I'm not a genie. I don't grant clearly telepathy.
I kind of want to. I'd like Porky doesn't like this woman. She's kind of eked out a little bit, but she's going to
Yeah.
slowly approach, and from under her poncho, she's going to pull out a single bone dice, pop it down on the table, and ask her to roll it.
Okay. So it's just a normal.
It's just a normal bone dice, yeah.
Okay.
Porky believes very heavily in luck, so she's hoping that this woman rolling the dice is going to give her a decent number to use.
We'll
when
pick
it
the
comes to
5th card.
wagons.
5.
God damn it!
5 4 wagons.
We'll take the 5th one.
Don't worry, I got this.
Perhaps before we pick, we might be able to see what's inside of them.
No, yeah. You must trust in your luck, for you will need much of it if you are to survive.
Quick, Porky,
Don't worry.
100 D4.
Don't worry, Eos.
Do I have a D4? I have a set of dice.
No, you do not.
I ask her to roll the dice 3 more times then.
She looks at you and goes, as you wish.
There you go.
No. This is my burden.
I mean,
Kate has said that he is going to pick
I
the
can do
group.
this. So can I inspect the wagons beforehand? Obviously not look inside them, but
They all look exactly.
that's perfectly fine. I don't suppose I could kind of close my eyes and try and reach out to my deity.
My
Give me
dude.
guidance.
Roll me a religion check.
Oh, I'm good at those. Yeah, sick.
Your deity is right here.
And then you get an extra
What?
you get an extra 1 on that. You hear a voice, muffled, barely audible, that simply goes, "I will guide you as best I can, but my power is weak here. Choose as best you can. My hands are upon you." And with
My deity has spoken to me. I am going to choose number 1.
okay,
This is where it goes all game show. This is what you could have won.
Yeah. You won a goat.
Elias closed his eyes and spin around in circles and walked over to cart number 4.
A
His eyes
pygmy.
Underestimate goat.
A
Like
pygmy.
Porky is still watching the fourth one because the dice rolled it, so she's just like,
Porky just sees Elias, like with his eyes closed, walk over to number 4.
No. So...
After spinning in circles. It's like, this one.
Nope. I pat the barrel. This one feels good.
You open it to find the wagon is almost completely empty. However, sitting atop a small, stand at one end of the room is that dice. Is actually sorry. See what this does.
Number
Okay.
1.
Is a lantern. Now, a hooded lantern in particular. However, there's something about it, perhaps that bonding with your god has given you the feeling that this may be something that is to you.
I'll kind of like pick up the lantern.
Yeah. It looks mostly like a normal lamp, apart from that it seems to be one side of it. Actually, all of the 6 panes of glass that form this appear to have a slight reddish tint to them and seem to have an eye emblazoned upon them.
Okay.
You're not 100% sure what it is, but
I'll just kind of
upon
like...
holding it, you feel like a symbol of light in this land could perhaps will be useful, but you're not sure on what it does immediately.
While
I
this...
just kind of get out of the wagon holding this lantern and I just look up like, really?
You can roll me an Arcana check if you identify it.
Another good
Purely
one of
by
mine.
luck.
Full?
You got no idea.
Well, at least it's not gonna get dark.
Would anyone else like to have a look at these lanterns?
I can try. I'm not mystical in any way,
Sure.
shape, or form, but
Everyone can roll an Arcana check.
No.
Yeah.
Right, Elias, you've seen this before on your tours. I'll say one of the spells. There's always the spell invisibility. It's at least caught your eye as maybe something you could use in your act. Doing maybe some studying, perhaps, and looking into songs, you also found that there are ways to reveal those who are invisible. And this meets the description of an item you read about called a Lantern of Revealing.
Ooh.
While lit, this hooded lantern will burn for 6 hours on a pint of oil, which it does have one say, shedding bright light in a 30-foot radius and dim light for an additional 30. Invisible creatures and objects are visible as long as they're in the lantern's bright light. You can use an action to lower the hood, reducing the light to dim line of 5-foot radius.
It's clear what it is. It's a light that allows you to see the things you cannot see.
Thank.
You hear a cackle from
Of course.
Hellwiz will go back into the tent with Ava in there.
yeah,
Silently slide 1 silver coin to her,
yeah.
incline his head, and then leave.
So she raises an eyebrow but nods and coin and then says, Generous people are often rewarded, but try not to be too generous, lest those take advantage. Not all are as nice as me.
It's more superstition from childhood. The whole cross the palm with silver.
Yep,
So
that's fair.
of paying for her service.
Yep. So with that, you have had your fortunes told, and you now have the camp, of course, where you can drink and have food, or you can continue your journey, if you wish.
Wait. But Eva, Madam Eva? I don't know what to call you.
Yes, Elias Vannon Long.
I've heard you're the one that makes or has potions for people to be able to get through the mists.
Ah, so the rumours circulate that it is with potions that the Vistani travel through the mists. Now, my child, I could offer you this, and she pulls out a small vial and goes, but would you trust a vial from a stranger to save you from death?
I will determine that. I can look over the vial and test it with my own alchemist kit.
But you can certainly take this with you if you wish, but it is your choice and your choice alone whether you feel this will grant you sanctuary from the mists.
Worth taking with us,
Yeah,
I guess.
take it. I'll detect it later.
Okay.
If
So
there is a recipe to recreating it, would you be willing to share it?
a wise one from a surely be able to recreate a simple potion.
Challenge then.
But we shall. I look forward to watching your progress. She taps on the crystal ball. Or perhaps I won't be. It's a. Can I watch you? Can I not? Who knows? Who knows? Why put your faith in an old woman when you have faith in your god?
I have faith in the hero, whichever one that may be, and CAS kind of look across the group.
It's me, I swear.
Faith in others, but not faith in yourself. Interesting. And with that, she just closes her eyes and seems to ignore you.
I have faith that I will find this hero. But it's strange that she pulled out a card. I remember, and you can see Alice has like a little notebook of all the things that she mentioned. I saw in my own vision, the hero had a sword blazing with light. At first I thought it was, well, perhaps you, Cade, but now it seems that this weapon could be wielded by anyone. I also saw a raven in my vision. First I thought it coincidence that your name was Raven, turning to you. But now, seems could be that there is actually someone who quite literally is a raven. You said there were feathered ones, and that we could find a wise and ancient one who may... We have an echo. Tank.
Who the hell is that coming from?
That's Tank.
Okay.
You got an echo, Tank. It's gonna... There we go.
I'll be back in a couple. I'm going to need to take a quick 5-minute break.
Yep, that's fine.
No worries. But yes,
Two
so
seconds.
he had one last fight left in him.
So, okay.
Perhaps he is the hero.
I mean, yeah.
He being
The feathered one. Wise, ancient, with one last fight left in him.
if he still has one last fight left in him.
The prophecy is true, yes. If the prophecy.
Well,
But one thing that did perk my interest, we keep on hearing these chants, these ravings. He is ancient, he is the land. But seems this Ava seems to believe that weakening the land will weaken him, Strahd. Perhaps we do not need to go for a direct assault first. Perhaps exploring Barovia, we will find other ways to bring him down.
perhaps we need to find out our answers from the town where we're taking Irina.
Valaki, yes.
Might
That
find more
lantern
answers.
seems interesting. Are you going to hold on to it?
Well, I mean, you'll be at the front, so I think it's probably going to be best in your hands. You never know. You might find your knight in shining armor standing in the light when you hold that lantern up.
Yeah.
She smiles, not sure if you're being snarky or if you are generally being
He kind of like
I believe
polishes his armor.
Alright. I'll take it. I'll guide us.
You should just be able to drag and drop that on. Chris.
What's it called? The lantern?
Lantern of Revealing.
Okay. I wonder if this is the item that she spoke of. Cool, got it.
Yeah.
And it's a hooded lantern of revealing.
Yep.
Sweet.
Yeah. And it's got one basically pint of oil in it. So
Okay.
6 hours of light.
Would we be good to take a quick 5-minute break?
Yep, 5-minute break sounds good. Steph's had to pop off anyway, so
Yeah, I'm gonna move where I am then because then I can actually sit in a proper chair.
yeah.
No problem.
Right, so
No.
break and then we'll come back, see where we're at.
Okay, so we shall see you in 5 minutes. And very quickly, just before we go to our break, thank you very much to the couple of followers. We have Voice FUBG571. I hope your garbage wizard doesn't get mugged anymore by the naked gnome. And thank you very much to D&D with THC. Alright, we'll see you back in 5.
Okay. because Sean will die next episode.
No.
Wow.
But not permanently. Anyway. Oh, sorry. Have you heard that random vibration? Right, so welcome back, everyone. Cursebreakers. The party have just had their little fortunes told. What that means exactly, they're not sure, of course, but they're now in an encampment with some Vistani. What would you like to do?
Kill every. We're going to probably inspect the lantern over the course of a short rest, if we will.
Yeah.
I know we've already kind of figured it out, but I'm just going to make sure that I know kind of all the ins and outs of it,
Yeah.
how to operate it, and how much time I have left to use.
Does anybody want to sneaky into any of the other carts?
That I will not be taking part in, but I will not. I will turn a blind eye.
I will try, yes. I'm going to attempt to sneak into one of the other wagons. Quick look.
You're
You
going to
do
get
see that sitting in front of like the one in front of them is one of the sober-looking Vistani rather than the drunken ones.
Oh.
You're going to get us into trouble.
Yeah, upon seeing that, I decide against that plan.
Yeah.
Might be a good idea.
Right. So, are you staying here to enjoy the party, or are you
I think we're
continuing
just-
on your way?
Yeah, we're only stopping to have our food and rations, and then
Okay.
I will suggest to the party that we do not linger here for the whole day. What
I
is?
mean, I would like to quickly talk to Madame Ava
Yeah, that's perfectly
before we head
acceptable.
off.
Okay. Feel free. You can go back in and speak to her.
I only have the one question.
She raised an eyebrow.
Do you perhaps know the name of this spirit that helped me? Because I could not grasp who it was myself.
Hmm.
Let me check my notes.
Yeah. Hmm.
She is looking in her crystal ball.
Yes.
Yeah, she does.
God damn it, Chad.
What?
It is said that two great spirits guard this land, the Morning Lord and Lady Night. But lesser spirits do inhabit this land. Some merely the wandering souls unable to leave for future lives. Others more interesting, the voices of the woods, the sky. But the one that spoke to you, it doesn't necessarily have a name of sorts. It is merely an embodiment of a certain being's influence. Here, what power she can muster. But the name of this being, it's clouded, but I feel that your interactions with this has entwined your destiny with at least one member of your group, perhaps more. I can't see who. I am blinded by their light.
Cryptic. Great. Okay. Well, better than nothing, I suppose.
But I would be careful, young one. For,
Young.
well, young for your kind, perhaps. It is the power you have been given is blessing and curse. Do not reveal it to all, but reveal it to those who your heart tells you will accept it and understand it. Trust the raven. Let it be your guide.
Okay. Yeah, he doesn't have anything more for her. He would just kind of like
Yes.
nod and like, right, cool,
Okay.
great.
No? Anyone else like to do area?
I would like to take some wine to go, please. Thank you.
Alright, I'm going to look at something quickly in regards to this wine. Purely
Oh,
not for negative effects.
no. Okay.
Right. Roll me a d20.
Okay. I'm just gonna roll my wisdom modifier. 19.
Okay. This. No, I'm gonna just roll. Just gonna roll this a moment. Okay. Right. The wine skin you're given isn't full. However, a sip of this sort of allows you to know it's a much more delectable wine than you've anticipated. The Vistani give it to you without second thought, and then he just you notice him sort of look at the wineskins and then, It's a very, very good wine. You've probably got maybe a quarter of a water skin full of it, but it's a very good wine.
Okay. I will thank them.
They nod and go, yeah. God, I've really drunk too much. Should have given him the purple grape smash. Instead, I gave him that. I'm going to be the one who gets stomped now.
Bye.
Yeah.
I'll leave back to the group.
Yep. Okay. And with that, you continue on your way. As we
Just before we do go on our way, we're all up, we're all ready to continue the journey. And just before we leave the camp, looking around, it was nice to have at least a moment of respite. Though I know nothing peaceful here can last forever. If we cannot have peace, we will have justice. And I will cast aid on the party.
Ooh,
Okay.
thank you.
Bolstering my allies with toughness and resolve. Choose up to 3 creatures within range. I'm gonna choose I'm gonna choose myself and 2 others, probably the ones who get into melee the most, being probably Porky and Cade.
Okay. So you're casting that at
Second level.
so they each get 5 temporary hit points. No, it's not even temporary, they're maximum increase.
Max hit points, but put them as temporary so you don't get confused, or you could put it next to your max in brackets.
Either way.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah, basically.
So
By
for me,
5.
it kind of reads like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So with that, I'm done unless anyone else wants to do anything.
And then you can set your current hit points to whatever that is.
Awesome.
So you can keep track of your current like it is normally, and then just have brackets on your max.
Ah.
Strahd.
Maybe them.
I'll just play them a tune before we go.
What was that?
I'll just play them a tune before we go. Keep the spirits up
Okay.
as they're drinking.
So after you travel along, you're traveling along this pretty dirt path, and you eventually get to this bridge. And the only reason I'm stopping you there is that I have information about this bridge for you. So, and it's okay. So you follow the river to the base of a canyon, at the far end of which a great waterfall spills into a pool, billowing forth clouds of mist. A great stone bridge spans the canyon nearly 1,000 feet overhead. So essentially, you've come to the bridge, but you sort of So you can see canyon, of course, and that's 1,000 feet down, and there is a bridge going out. But the bridge is slick with moisture.
Is there a barricade on either side of the bridge?
Nope.
There isn't?
Nope.
Health and safety, what the hell?
Oh, on the edges, you mean?
Yeah, I mean, on the bridge.
Yeah, I thought you meant like it's like.
It's just a walk.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, regulation. Okay.
How wide is the bridge?
I'll send one across at a time and cast guidance on each person, I'll say.
The bridge is about a third of a mile wide, like lengthwise.
So be careful, watch your step.
Giant bridge.
Yeah.
A third of a mile wide or across?
Lengthwise, so
okay.
across.
I was asking wide width.
Oh, width. Maybe it's a very wide bridge. Despite how slick it is, it looks like it's fairly safe to cross.
Okay.
Okay, that's
what it was.
And I need to roll something again. Yeah, that's fine. Nothing happens. But with perhaps this guidance, you're not sure. You do eventually safely.
You're cutting up a bit, James. What?
Oh, really? I'm like so close to my mic now. Okay. So you managed to make your way across. Aos perhaps thinking it's due to her guidance, but the rest of you just sort of like, there's a bridge. Cross bridges all the time. Bridges for days. But yeah. So
what time of day is it now?
So you left maybe an hour after dawn. You've been traveling for maybe 3 hours, and you stopped there for a bit. Maybe like 2 o'clock.
Okay. So we have some time left to keep pushing on.
Yeah.
Let us make our way to the large gates over there.
Okay. Where'd my thing go? Lost it again. There it is. Right.
I'll say, we haven't got much time left in the day. Should we pick up the pace now that we've had a bit of a rest?
Sure.
Doesn't look like we're near any woods. We'll probably make it overland fairly quickly, I reckon.
Okay. Okay, so fast pace.
Yeah.
4 miles in an hour. So. Okay.
Yep. I whip Elias into a sprint. Faster!
Yeah. Run, little man.
Okay.
Everyone's cool.
On reaching. Wait, why's my arrow still there?
He trips.
At the first hurdle. Over the side of the bridge.
I try skipping faster, and your whip knocks me over.
Okay. As you get to this point, you can see in the distance the fog spills out to the forest to swallow up the road No, let's ignore that bit. That's for if you were coming from another area. Ahead, jutting from the woods and also from the mountainside, are high stone buttresses looming grey in the fog, because it's always foggy here. Huge iron gates hang on the stonework. Dew clings with cold tenacity to the rusted bars. Two headless statues of armed guardians flank the gate, their heads now lying among the feet. They greet you only with silence. However, that is not all you see. For even here in the mountains, the forest and the fog are inescapable. Ahead, the dirt road splits in two, widening towards the east. There you see patches of cobblestone, suggesting that the eastern branch is once an important thoroughfare. Parked at the fork in the road, pointed east, is a large black carriage drawn by two black horses. The horses snort puffs of steamy breath into the chill mountain air. The side door of the carriage swings open silently.
Who goes there? I'll bring up my light, the lantern, just shining it in the direction to perhaps shed some more light on the situation.
You can't.
Reach him? somehow?
No, you can't see anyone. Even like sort of looking in, you can't see anyone. The horses. There doesn't appear to be a driver for the horses. They're just sort of sitting there waiting.
Hail.
Irina glares at the horses.
Irina, you recognize these?
They head east. The only thing east of here is his castle. It's obviously another one of his traps. Perhaps not for me, but for anyone foolish enough to go that way.
Wait, that way is Castle Ravenloft?
Yes.
Can we see it from here? Or is it too far?
No. Basically, there's mountain stuff in the way, though.
Gotcha.
Had seen it in the distance from the village because it sort of towers up quite
Right.
high, but here it's difficult to see. But yes, that is the way there, but it is not the way we should be going.
And these horses belong to him, I take it.
I would guess so, and as we can't see a driver, I guess they're under one of his spells. Vampires can control lesser beasts.
Well then let's all know better here, shall we? And I'll whip the reins.
I will just get close enough that I can shine the light of the torch over it.
Yeah, you can't see anything revealed by it. It just appears to be an empty carriage with horses.
Okay. If that's the case, then I lose interest in it. Probably
Yeah.
begin to leave.
Okay. So with that, as I'm just finding my thing. Alright, so you follow the road west towards a set of iron gates that seem to open as you approach.
I just realized something. These if these horses did belong to Strahd, they're minions of his. And if we encounter other minions and they're looking for you, would it be possible to call you by a different name so as not to draw attention in case any overhearing minions catch the name?
Probably wise. I'll let you guys decide. I'm not too fussed. I just want to get to Valarki.
Oh. What should we name her? What should we name her, everyone?
Rena.
Greg.
No.
Oh no.
I don't think I can pass for Greg.
I know many beautiful women under the name of Craig.
What? Mm, can we call you Jet? I kind of like gestured. She's got black hair, hasn't
Yes.
she? Yeah. Just going by the color of your hair.
That works. That works.
Very well. Jet.
But is anyone else kind of freaked out that these gates swung open by themselves as we approached, though?
That was a
Well,
little concerning, and
but-
kind of what spurred my cautious.
But there's no other way forward without climbing the mountains, and that seems unwise.
Look at the statues once more. They are just completely unmoving.
Let's have a look. Yeah.
I want to just have a closer inspection of them, bringing up perhaps the lantern to them.
Yeah, these, looking at them closely, they appear to be, they look like they're designed to be like guardians of some kind, but they've lost their heads. And no matter how much you interact with silence.
Mm-hmm.
Keep going then.
I suppose go forwards cautiously. I'll keep
So-
the lantern on for a few more minutes.
Are you
Just
still
to
going
sort
at a fast pace?
Yeah, actually.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll extinguish the lantern once we're through the gates.
Okay, so you get to about here.
Only kind of
Why do
use
you think?
4 minutes of
Leave.
it.
Yeah, keeping an eye out for any dangers.
Yep. I believe that's still too low. It's still, yeah, it's still. Yep, it's still good. Nothing's happened.
Still
So
okay.
you continue
Still alive.
on until you reach this point.
Oh,
Windmill. I believe that's a windmill.
How very crude of you, Jamie.
railway.
How very what?
Crude of you.
What do you mean Trude?
Crude.
I don't
The
know.
old Sphalic Road transitions here from being a winding path through the Balanok Mountains to a lazy trail that hugs the mountainside as it descends into a fog-filled valley. In the heart of the valley, you see a wall. Oh, wait. Yeah. Well,
Crude.
you wouldn't be able to. Okay, maybe from the distance as you're coming down. In the distance, you're able to apparently make out Valarki. A walled town near the shores of a great lake. A branch in the road leads west to a promontory atop which is perched a dilapidated stone windmill, its warped wooden vanes stripped bare.
Time of day? Getting on a bit. Guessing.
Yeah, at this point, you travel probably another 2 hours. It's about 4 or 5 o'clock at this point.
Should
So
we
it's
have-
beginning to darken slowly.
Sun's gonna be cresting soon. We should.
I was just going to walk up to Arena and go, is that the windmill that was owned by, and then says the family of the house?
Raises an eyebrow and goes, I actually need to look this up because I'm not 100% sure where that is.
Everyone's got very active eyebrows at the moment.
Shall we have a look at our little money pot building?
Cade, was you suggesting we find a place to bunker down for the night?
Well, I'm thinking the the last thing we want to do is be caught out in pitch black, middle of nowhere. We don't know.
Actually,
the
yes, there
surroundings.
does appear to be. She goes, I don't know for certain, but Millet was in the mountains east of Valarki, so this could be it.
Part of me wants to go and have a look. The other part is thinking it's getting late. We need to get we need to get to Walarkey as soon as.
Well, how long is it going to take us to get to Valarki?
I
hours.
mean, based on the sort of road you're going at about 4 miles an hour,
An
We
hour.
go fast.
probably make them there in 2 hours at a fast pace.
Oh, well then,
And
we might
it's
be able to press on and get to Valaki before the night is fully upon us.
But what if something stops us, delays
and then
us?
we start and push. I don't like the idea. I mean, you said the windmill's falling apart, right?
Yeah, it looks dilapidated.
Would you rather stay in that? I'll just point at it.
Does it look like shelter?
You could probably get some shelter, or if not, maybe break off some wood from it and you make a fire.
Who
It doesn't
knows?
look like much of one.
Who knows? It might be anything like the house we're in.
Exactly.
We can have a look at it, but if we're able to get if we're able to finish our journey to Valaki, then I say we do it in one.
Okay.
Like we've
We can always come back to the windmill during the day, during daylight hours.
What's
So are
in
you
the
going to approach to have a closer look, or are you just going to...
We're getting a party vote at the moment. Raven, what say you? I think you're muted.
We didn't hear a word you said then.
How about now?
Yeah, you're
Yep, that's better.
Yeah, because I tried to put the sensitivity on, but it doesn't work well on here. I just say we keep going. I don't particularly want to be hanging around in the dark. Well, and that's coming from me.
strange ducks. Very well. Let's push on. Yeah.
Yep. Whip
Okay.
Ellie back. Ride horse.
So
Nay,
Elias has
it's
apparently
us,
became a horse.
Swedish.
I'm not a horse.
Shut up, horse.
I'm not a horse. I'm a musician.
Horses don't speak.
Nay, but I do.
Okay, we're gonna rush the last leg of the journey, get to Valaki, and then we can rest once we're there.
We're gonna
It'll
go
probably
at triple speed.
I will lift you up and drag you if I have to.
Kia.
See if anything triggers.
Something random tables.
Yeah.
Something dark side of the forest.
No, nothing triggers for... Yeah. Oh god, no.
Two
You will die.
That doesn't sound good.
I almost moved the entire that I can see on the map. Get you to about there. I'm just gonna...
This is when James goes, and you're all okay.
You
Yep.
made it. Not a
This is
scratch.
where he's going to fudge a roll now, just.
It is getting dark as you're approaching,
I
so...
was gonna say, it is getting fudgy.
Yes, it's getting very fudgy. Sure.
Whoops, I dropped my bag of sweets behind the DM screen.
I know your DM ways.
I don't fudge rolls.
Much.
I mean, considering if it's getting darker, I have 120 feet of dark vision, so I'll come towards the front,
I
definitely.
have 10 feet of dark.
I think I only
Okay.
have 60, so you
Yeah,
are
you
going
can
to be
do them.
useful. You can perch.
So yeah, I'm gonna stay in the center of the pack because I can't see shit.
Well, we're on a horse. Or we're on a wagon.
No, you're not.
No, we're not. We
No.
never had
Where are you walking?
Oh, wait, what? I thought we had a
You-
wagon this whole time.
Nope.
no.
Maybe
Why
on
do you
top
think
of
I'd
going-
be...
That's not a horse. That's Elias.
This wine is amazing!
It is damn good wine.
Oh,
Okay.
fuck. Okay.
Okay. Oh wait, it's under.
Oh, so that's why you were saying 4 miles an hour. Wow, we got Shetlands.
Two more rolls. Okay. You managed to arrive at the outskirts of Valarki.
And the mob doesn't kill us.
You sound surprised, James.
Yeah. No, I'm not surprised.
Okay.
Perhaps more disappointed.
Oh, no.
Alright, throw it at us. Just do it.
No. I will go purely by what the tables tell me.
Oh, God. Can be both a curse and a blessing. Alright.
Alright,
Um,
so.
We've not had enough experience to level up.
No, you have not.
We're about to.
Okay. Any guards or lookouts on the...
Alright, the old Svallic road meanders into a valley with dark brooding mountains to the north and south. The woods recede, revealing a sullen mountainberg surrounded by a wooden palisade. Thick fog presses up against this wall as though looking for a way inside, hoping to catch the town aslumber. The dirt road entered a set of sturdy iron gates with a pair of shadowy figures standing beside them. Planted in the ground and flanking the road outside the gate, a dozen pikes with wolves' head impaled upon them.
Ooh.
The wall is 15 foot high.
Hail. We're seeking entranceway into Vallaki.
I don't think hail works here.
Right, mate. We're looking for some... looking for a way through, mate. I don't know.
Okay,
Alright, governor.
right.
Yeah.
They just sort of look at you and go, "Why seek you entrance to Valark at such an hour?"
Shelter from the night.
Hmm.
We've been travelling a long time from Barovia, from the village of Barovia.
Our horse is tired and our feet are too.
They just sort of look and go, "You appear to be mad. You don't have a..."
Horse didn't make it.
He drank a lot of wine.
Died in our dream.
Right, so for anyone who wants to attempt to get into the town, you will need to roll me persuasion checks.
I can do that. That's something I am good at.
I'm good
Okay.
at that as well.
Then speak up, you two. Kick
But
the witch.
these won't be at advantage, they will be done.
We are friendly. We just want to come in.
You do it then, anyways.
Oh.
Spoke.
You can each attempt if you like.
Okay.
Sure.
Also
That
works.
makes...
Yeah. I'm cool.
Okay,
Oh, thank you for not letting me do it.
okay.
I bring out
Anyone else trying?
I bring out my
Oh.
instrument and I'm just like, yeah, we come with good
Okay.
tidings.
Why Jack in the Box? What? It just sounds like we got something hidden.
Just gonna.
I'm not very persuasive.
It just instills dread, that sound. That's so Raven.
Oh, don't you beat me to
Rocky probably wouldn't try, but Arena might, I guess. But that's fine. Right, they sort of look to you and go, well, all right then, but if you cause any trouble, we'll cause trouble for you. And they unlock the gates and allow you to enter.
Thank you.
Except for Cade.
It seems you've arrived at a good time. 3 days hence, there is a great festival, the Festival of the Blazing Sun.
Hey,
Oh, in celebration of
the
the sun
blazing.
itself? Or a goddess? God?
Yes, in
Dawn Mother or whatever it's
the
called.
sun and in light.
Light is much needed in these dark.
Lathander's blessings.
Perhaps. All I know is it's a lot of work for us, but it's good times for the village. But they allow you in.
Alright. What's the general mood of this city, this town? Is depressing as the village of Barovia?
Let's have a look.
I mean, this one has festival.
Are you asking them, or are you just trying to get the general?
Yeah, as we're walking the front of those streets, I'm guessing
Yeah.
probably it's pretty late though, so I'm not assuming,
Yeah.
I'm not going to expect people to be out.
Yeah, so I mean, there's certainly more populated areas, and it appears like people, the few people you do see appear fed. The people at the gates do say, if you're looking for somewhere to stay, the Blue Water Inn offers food, wine, and shelter to visitors for a price, of course.
Of course. Thank you.
Thank you.
And one question. Those wolf heads, were they just wild? Or were they something more? Looked like he was trying to ward off something.
Wolves and direwolves prowl the woods round. They generally aren't afraid to attack travellers on the old road. We've sent groups of hunters and trappers who have killed many, but they keep coming. Though, ever since we started putting the heads up, their attacks on the town seem to happen a little less often.
And the hunters have my appreciation. We seem to have encountered no dangers ourselves on that travel. Probably in thanks to them.
They nod.
They're doing a good job.
Yeah, when we put those up, Burgomaster here held a festival he called the Wolf's Head Jamboree. It's been... There have been so many festivals.
Thank you. Well,
but the festivals are great. Awesome. Amazing.
What about places to see and places to go? Shops, blacksmiths, armorers?
Oh, well,
Places to
there's
spend coin?
there's St. Andrew's Church. There's the inn. You've obviously got the Burgomaster's Mansion. You've got the Wachter House, though that's not exactly a place I'd recommend going.
What?
The Stockyard.
What's the Wachter
What?
house?
Yeah, it's the house owned by the Wachter family.
they serve Chinese?
What's Chinese?
Nothing.
And the stockyard is
It's
Cattle.
stockyard.
A
Bock.
yard in which stock is.
Yeah, pretty much.
Normally cattle, isn't it?
Yeah, there's the coffin maker shop, Blinsky's toys.
Ooh.
Blinsky's toys.
Blinsky.
We've heard about that. But
It's
is there
Tell us more
anywhere
of this toy maker.
that sells stuff worth buying? Is there anyone that makes armor and weapons and sells potions and
Actually, yes. Is there an alchemical store?
Second.
specifically an armorer?
I hate to put a burden on your plans here, but with what money are we going to be buying these things with? Perhaps we should be asking for jobs?
Oh, I have ways of making money.
Well,
I don't want to know.
buy stuff. Old Gunther and Eleanor Arasek down at the stockyard sell stuff. It's a little pricey, but you know, you got to make what coin you can.
Is there a
So
notice?
There is. It's in the town square.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Very helpful. Perhaps
they nod.
we'll toss them a copper or something.
Have a
You
cookie.
have-
Yeah.
So no one that can buff armor.
Nope. That you're aware of.
I'll toss him a silver.
No.
I chuck my coin purse at them with four.
I chuck my loot.
I mean,
Yeah.
there's. Yeah, not that I can think of.
Is he wearing armor?
Probably leather.
Yeah.
What sort of armor?
I'm gonna say leathers probably.
It's a good question.
Leather or hide.
Chain shirt.
Oh.
Where did you get your chain shirt from?
Maybe you would have thought it might have been uniform. He's a guard, you idiot.
But someone must have made it.
Their standard uniform made at the garrison.
Garrison.
You've
Okay.
been very helpful. Thank you very much. Enjoy your evening.
Yeah.
Come on, I just kind of clip Elias behind the ear. It's like, why do you embarrass us like this?
Someone must be making it.
Yes, and it's clearly not here. Have you ever been to a city? You're a bard. I would have thought you'd, know people.
Cities usually have.
Oh, you're a bard.
Oh,
Guy
there we
called
go.
Rictavio. God, he's a bard too. He plays music.
Rictavio, now that's the name.
Yeah,
Rictavio.
yeah. He's probably asleep now, but then again, he does have pointy ears, so maybe not.
Ooh.
Thank you. We'll press on, and as we're kind of out of earshot, I'll say, Jet, are you happy to stay in the, what was it, Blue Moon Tavern? Blue Inn?
Blue Water Inn.
Water
Until
have?
we can get anything settled, that seems the best place.
Your brother, did he have a final destination for you here?
Not really. Just get here because, as you can see, with the defense and
It is definitely well warded. In that case, stay with us a little longer, just to make sure we scope out the village first, make sure there's no rough types in here.
yeah,
I'd
fair enough.
hate to just, say our goodbyes right away.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get more acquainted then, and we'll head into the center of town and see what's what.
Okay.
Let's check out that message board.
Okay, so on the message board, no, that's I'm still looking at that. Wonder I'm not finding it. So let me just. So you came in from there. So as you get to here, in town, you would see that this area is the stockyard. Seems to have some like closed up market stalls and stuff there. So you might find something.
Sure.
As you get to here, you can see a large area. Looks like it might be the town square. And as you walk past this building, you see that it's a coffin maker's shop. It's 2 stories high and has a sign shaped like a coffin above the front door. All of the window shutters are closed up tightly, and a deathly silence surrounds the establishment.
Well, perhaps need to go there if something bad happens.
Yep.
Good to know. Okay.
Okay, and then you wanted to go to the town square, so you arrive at the town square. The shops and homes that enclose the town square are decorated with limp, tattered garlands and painted wooden boxes filled with tiny dead flowers. At the north end of the square stands a row of stocks, locked in which are several men, women, and children wearing crude plaster donkey head. In the centre of the square, peasants in patchwork clothes eye you suspiciously as they use cups and vases to draw water from a crumbling stone fountain. Standing tall at the centre of the fountain is a grey statue of an impressive man facing west. All around the square you see decorations. Come one, come all to the greatest celebration. Head jamboree, attendance of children required. Pikes will be provided. All will be well. The Baron.
Wait, what?
Hi.
Inviting them to a jamboree. Said.
Which, based on the information that happened previously, like a week ago.
Oh, right. The wolf's head. Yeah, sorry, because you cut out a bit. That was a...
Sorry.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. On the message board, did you say there was any jobs going or any? That we seem to be nearly...
There's something mentioning that the Blue Water Inn seeks aid, but it doesn't say any details.
Okay. We'll probably be heading there soon for our rest.
Yep.
But, interesting.
Very quickly, saying that there's going to be like pikes distributed to the crowds.
Yeah.
I'm assuming they mean stabby pikes.
You guess so, based on the fact that you saw pikes outside the town, and this is for the festival that already happened. So.
Oh, okay.
But as you're lingering, discussing this, working out what to do, you do see. Oh God, what a picture! Okay, do I have a better picture of this guy? I do. You see this guy.
Oh wow.
Oh, here we go.
You see him arrive with 2 town guards. He sort of looks around and points at the old signs. Just looks. Look, you morons! These signs are out of date. How will the people know that all will be well if you keep the old signs? They're meant to be torn down and I should have your heads for that. But if you tear them down now, I will be merciful and only take one of your fingers. I'll let you decide whose. He sort of just murmurs, sorry, Commander Strahd, sorry. And then they begin to tear them down and replace them with other ones. Come one, come all to the greatest celebration of the year, the festival of the rising sun, attendance and children required. Rain or shine, all will be well. The Baron.
Chill.
Yep.
What?
What a lovely herald for the Festival of Light. I'd probably say under my breath.
Yeah.
I just thought, is that so?
What was that, Tang?
I don't know, why does like whispers? Why does that read really like children required?
Perhaps it's making them aware of their surroundings. Perhaps that's what they're aiming towards. I highly doubt that they're going to be putting children on the other end of the pikes, but
What is it like in terms of children around the local area?
You see a few. You even see some up in the stocks with donkey heads on them.
Oh.
So it's not like there's like
shortage.
a shortage of children, yeah.
No. But it's fairly late, so the only children you see are really the ones in the stocks, and there's only a couple of them.
I
they're
assume
all
those are the ones that turned down the festival.
You're not sure. You do notice that the man walks up and looks at them and just sort of shakes his head before walking away with his guards. You do notice him give you a slight look before walking away.
We will call out.
I tried to interpose myself between him and Jet. Irene.
Yeah.
Although I call out, I walk off, call out to him quickly.
He sort of turns, glaring at you. Yes, what you want?
So sorry, we're new to the town. We only arrived but a few minutes ago. What's this festival about? What's with the people in the stocks? It's all new to us.
The people in the stocks were arrested for malicious unhappiness.
Unhappiness.
Right. And the festival that we've just missed, and the one due?
The one before was to promote bravery within the people, to allow them to show that the wolves are no threat, they can be dealt with. This one is to honor the sun, which protects us all, the symbol of the morning lord.
I just incline my head. Thank you for clearing things up for me.
As for you, newcomers, be wary, or it may be you who ends up in the stocks. Unhappiness is not to be tolerated. And with that, they walk away.
I can assure you, I'm a very cheerful individual.
Good.
I was say I'm a musician.
Just deadpan.
And with that, they...
Alright.
I raised my eyebrow to him in protest.
In?
I was sort of walking over and going, creeping, sort of quietly.
From one extreme to the other.
They're in here for unhappiness?
You heard the man.
Malicious unhappiness.
Perhaps
dare
he
they?
should be put in the stocks.
I think you need to shut the fuck up.
Could I find a pauper? Somebody
You can,
in
yeah.
rags but looks reasonably happy. Like
There's a
enjoying
few
themselves.
about.
Enjoying themselves.
They're eyeing. Well, it's quite late at night, so everyone's sort of a bit shifty and eyeing each other warily, but particularly you guys. But you do see someone down, probably not in the main square itself, but like off down this road a little here.
Can I just kind of wave somebody over?
Yeah. They sort of walk over and goes, seems to be like holding their hands in a slightly odd... Yes, what do you want?
Sorry to intrude, but I was wondering if you might be able to answer a couple of questions. We are but newcomers to the area.
Yes, I can see that. You don't have big enough smiles on your faces after all, and he does seem to have like a big, broad smile on his face, despite how he's talking.
Yes, it
Just
was
like-
actually that I was going to talk about. Why all the literal long faces?
There is not much to be happy about, but but the burgomaster, Baron Vargas Valakovich, he keeps our spirits up with weekly festivals.
You don't sound. I kind of look around just see if there's any guards before continuing and lower my voice. But you don't seem happy.
Don't be silly, I'm perfectly unhappy. The festivals keep the devil at bay and they keep our smiles on our faces. The wine will flow freely.
But surely you want this to be a genuine, joyous occasion.
It is genuine joy. What are you on about?
Well, why
Looks
are the
about
people
slightly
up in the,
shiftily.
Why are the people in the stocks?
Because they spread unhappiness. They...
Did you know them?
Possibly. We don't get to see their face after until their punishment is done. But these ones will be ones who denied the benefit of the festival and were caught.
So,
Some are thrown into the stocks, and those who are deemed more to be in league with Strahd for whoever with the devil, would be taken to the burgomaster's mansion for re-education.
Go ahead, Raven.
So, out of curiosity, what, just in general, if enough people ended up, say, unhappy, then what do people fear is actually going to happen here?
It is the joy that protects this city from the influence. If
The influence of what, sorry?
the devil,
Oh.
if the happiness fades, then so will our defenses. We'll
But
be
what about-
overrun.
Fake joy.
I don't know what you're on about, and with that he begins to walk away.
There's a gold piece in it for you.
He continues to walk away.
2.
No, he's gone.
Would you
Don't
like some
make a
wine?
scene. Don't make a scene.
It helps you hallucinate.
I throw my coin purse at him. No. No.
He takes it
No,
and
no,
continues to walk
no.
away.
Oh, those
Alright.
visions.
It's getting late. Perhaps we should retire to the inn, then
Yeah.
discuss what we want to do tomorrow.
Okay, so you end up wandering about for a bit. You do walk up this road here at some point whilst looking for this inn. And you again see a sign on a building. This shop has a dark entrance above which hangs a wooden sign shaped like a rocking horse with B engraved on both sides. Flanking the entrance are 2 arched lead frame windows. Through the dirty glass, you see jumbled displays of toys and hanging placards bearing this slogan: "It's not fun, it's not Blinsky."
Yep, we've heard that before.
Have we?
Yeah. The woman.
The Christian
Yeah.
lady.
Okay, Lublinsky.
What woman?
The crying woman in Barovia.
Have you
The
been
one.
at my wineskin again?
Oh no, you weren't there for that. Yeah. Eos was there. And I climbed up to the window and had a conversation with the woman who was crying.
Oh, that house.
Yeah.
So how does blub blub blimp blub blimp blip blub blub?
Alright, I'm gonna have to make a move, guys.
Yeah, I'll
well.
say, well, he drop.
No, that
Oh,
was
I
Jack.
thought. Oh, that was Chad. You do make it in successfully, and that was Chris.
Oh, Blinsky. Okay.
Yeah. So, I'll wind up with this. But you do end up arriving at the Blue Water Inn, which has its own handout. Grey smoke issues from the chimney of this large two-story window wooden building with a stone foundation and sagging tile roof, where several ravens have perched. A painted wooden sign hanging above the main entrance depicts a blue waterfall. You enter, and I will just say that a bed for the night is 1 electrum piece, so half a
5
gold.
5 silver.
Yep.
Is the place packed?
It's fairly packed, yeah, at the
Right.
moment.
Can can I do a performance to try and get money?
Yep.
I was
Yes,
doing you
we're gonna head off, guys.
I do have.
Yeah.
My background is by popular demand entertainer, so I
Okay.
always
Yes, I'll join you with the
Go for it.
performance.
we do a little jig
Um,
before we start, and then
Mm,
are we both rolling separate, or do you want me to do?
I've rolled.
I also
I
hold
think-
me back.
There we go.
Okay, you can roll separately then. So you can
Yeah,
roll as
my
well,
bad.
Elias. Elias.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're the bard, and I perform better.
Yeah,
No.
I'm worn out, right?
I would say that with the performance, you're able to gather enough money to, I'll say, purely to get everyone a room and a cooked wolf steak for dinner should they want it.
I wanted
Yeah.
money, not to provide everyone with.
Well, basically,
We lost you,
Oh,
James.
he's gone.
We lost you.
what?
We lost you.
Lost me how?
Like voice, you keep cutting out again.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, you got 12 electrum pieces overall, essentially.
Electrum aren't very common, though, are they?
Seem to be here. They seem to be stamped with the visage of a person you don't recognize.
So we got 6 gold.
Basically, yeah.
I'll took down my 3 gold to pay for rooms.
Yeah. In terms of drinks, there you can get a pint of purple grape smash number 3 wine for 3 copper, or a pint of the superior red dragon crush wine for 1 silver.
I get one of the good one for everyone.
Okay, so that would be including Irina. That'd be 7.
Oh, did Chris have to go?
Yeah.
God damn it.
I'm gonna wrap it up. So, is there anything anyone really needs to
No.
do at this point or wants to do?
Perform,
Okay,
eat,
so
and drink.
I'll say you managed to all have your night, and you managed to get rooms, and you have a bed for the night, and we'll end it there. But so for everyone here, thank you for playing. We lost 2 players along the way due to sleepiness and other necessities, but they'll be here next week, as we should all be here at 6 p.m. again next week, unless something comes up for the next exciting episode where the party integrate into Valarki. Also join us Fridays at hopefully earlier than 7 p.m. I'm not 100% sure, for the main Roll for Story campaign, where all of us except Tank will continue sailing aboard our boat to see what may and hopefully not be attacked by a pseudo kraken again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll kill that pseudo kraken next time.
Yeah, and with that, thank you for watching, thank you for playing, and good night, and sweet dream.
Bye.